It's so hard to believe that The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is finally available to play. It released last week on Friday to rave reviews. 10 out of 10 from so many news outlets. We got GameSpot, IGN, Nintendo Life, so many places rated it 10 out of 10. If not 10 out of 10, it's high up there, 8 or 9s. And I know myself as well as so many other people have been so excited waiting for this game for so many years, but now it's finally available. I had it pre-ordered digitally on my Switch, and when it launched at midnight, even had a release party live on Twitch. It was so much fun. I played the first few hours of the game, maybe the first 4 or 5 hours, and I just had an absolute blast the entire time. Now, of course, 4 or 5 hours isn't enough to really give this game a full review. Actually, barely even got out of the intro area. I got down to the ground level, and I did maybe 1 or 2 shrines, and that's it. I haven't done any more of the story, so I know there's so much more to come. And so many people have been posting online about all of the things they built with Ultra Hand and all of the different things that they've done in this game, and even just how thoughtful the development team were about creating this game. A good example is this clip from Jon Cartwright from Good Vibes Gaming, where he discovered if you throw an ice fruit into a lake, it creates basically like an ice block for you to jump onto. And I imagine you could do this with really any ice object, maybe like a white choo-choo jelly or something like that, where you just throw it onto the water, creates an ice block. But not only that, he then went ahead and used fuse to fuse that ice block to a weapon, which then gave that weapon an ice elemental ability. So when he swung the weapon, it created more ice blocks, and he was able to traverse across a lake by just using the sword to create ice blocks as he goes. And it's just absolutely crazy. I actually saw another video of someone trying to emulate this, and they were having a lot of trouble, and it actually turned out that the trouble they were having was because they had a ruby attached to their shield. And now they fused the ruby to the shield because it actually warms up your character and keeps you from getting cold damage in the colder weather areas. But it also prevents the ice blocks from staying frozen when you jump on them. They melt and they go away, so you can't go back the way you came because all your ice blocks have melted. And then, of course, all the builds everyone has posted on like Twitter or on YouTube about these like crazy vehicles, things they built with Ultra Hand. It's absolutely wild. And now I would argue the 10 out of 10 score that all these news outlets gave it, because apparently Nintendo forgot or maybe intentionally left out the ability to pet animals in this game. Now, there's so many other games that you could pet animals, so it's just weird that they couldn't just give you this ability just to walk up to a dog, press A, and just pet the dog. But someone created a machine. It's basically just like a wheel that spins this stick with like a little thing on the end, and you had the dog near it, and it was just petting the dog. And I just think that's absolutely hilarious. If Nintendo's not going to add this feature in, you're going to build it yourself. Now, I imagine some people consider these things spoilers, seeing what you can do in a game ahead of time before you actually get to that point in the game. But I love seeing these things. I love seeing the creativity, seeing how people are solving these puzzles in the dungeons. And I see these things, I'm like, wow, it really goes to show that they put so much thought and effort into this game that even though they had one idea of how you can complete a puzzle, there's also hundreds of other ways that you could possibly use to complete a puzzle. There's actually almost no bad ways to do it. And of course, 4 or 5 hours really isn't a lot of time invested in this game, so I can't really give my full opinion on it. I will actually be giving a full review of this game much later on once I've completed the story, but I definitely will be playing more of it, and I'll actually be live streaming this game throughout the month of June, because I'll be part of a charity event for the charity Elevated Access. Now, if you're not familiar with Elevated Access, it is a charity network of pilots that have private aircraft. They provide transportation for patients from states that ban abortion and gender affirming care to states where they can get that health care. And that's provided free of charge to those patients. It's an amazing charity, and I'm so grateful to be part of this event. So you can join me all next month on twitch.tv/JeffDroidvania, and any donations, cheers, bits, subs, anything for the entire month of June will be all donated to this great charity. And again, I'm going to be doing a full review of this game when I get through the main story, so if you're interested in that, go ahead and click on my face here to subscribe. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next one.